this episode of CobbTV, we are talking about the drumming style for Abe Cunningham of Deftones. Yes, and be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content. Now, one thing you might notice about Abe's drumming is how hard he hits when you watch him play live. Now, you won't see me playing nearly as hard because I record all my videos with a cell phone, and if I hit the cymbals too hard, it clips the audio, and I want my drums to sound good. With that being said, there's more to Abe's playing than just being loud. He has some very intricate patterns, delicate subtleties, and a really solid groove. And another thing about his playing that makes him distinct is actually the way his drums are set up. He had to swap his rack toms to bring the ride cymbal closer, and he actually tunes his 10-inch a lot higher than his other toms, which he has tuned low, and that's so he can recapture that sound on the opening fill of My Own Summer. Yes, and that drum fill has actually become an inside joke among the band, so much that he's played that fill several times throughout the Deftones catalog. Another song you can hear it on is Change in the House of Flies, just before it goes into that first chorus. Another unique distinction about Abe's playing is his use of linear phrasing, and that opening drum beat and main groove of RX Queen is so killer. Yes, Abe really does know how to kick off a song with a really cool drum intro that's as iconic as the song itself. Of course, Digital Bath would be another one, and perhaps my favorite drum intro is Around the Fur off the titular album. Deftones is another band that likes to dabble with unusual time feels, and Hexagram is a great example of this. I'm going to play you the main groove, and then I'll explain what's happening afterwards. So you could count Hexagram in 3, but because of where the beat starts and stops and the unique phrasing of the arrangement, you might want to count it differently if you're playing the drums. The way I count it is a measure of 9/8, a measure of 12/8, and then in the second phrase, a measure of 9/8 plus a measure of 3/8 and a measure of 12/8. Now, why not just combine that measure of 9/8 with the 3/8 and do, 2 even measures of 12/8 there? And that's because there's an additional beat that feels like it's being added on if you listened closely to that last groove. And on Rats, 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 the same kind of thing is happening, only you have two 6/8 measures, but right dab in the middle is just one extra beat creating 13/8. And among his influences, he's said that he is Stuart Copeland's biggest fan. And on the album Diamond Eyes, he specifically references the song Prince as being something that was directly related to the way Stewart plays. Specifically, those offbeat ska hi-hats that you can hear on the main groove of this song. Another track off of Diamond Eyes that has those ska hi-hats is Beauty School. But of course, the way that Abe makes it his own is by making those hi-hats nice and sloshy and adding some syncopation on the bass drum. And of course, one of the more unique subtleties about Abe's playing is his use of ghost notes, specifically when he plays drags. I would probably say Mascara is my favorite example of his approach to using drags, specifically towards the end of the song. And there you have it, just a few short examples of Abe Cunningham's playing. You really have to do a deep dive into the Deftones music to get inside the mind of Abe and the overall sound of the Deftones. The drums are like a lead instrument, alright? Especially when the guitars are so drony. The drums hold everything together like glue. So please leave a comment of what your favorite drum beat that I played in this video was, or even just your favorite Deftones song. Love to hear all about it and why. And don't forget to give the video a like, and be sure to subscribe for more epic musical content. But in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.